maybe Todd's called in and we just not really sure who that is. All right, well, we'll call the meeting to order. And it looks like we have a quorum, and it is Monday, August 10th, 2020. This is the Plan Commission meeting. The first item on the agenda would be approval of the minutes from July 13th of 2020. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved on that.
And would there be a second?
I'll second.
A second by Alder Caravello. Any discussion on the minutes from July 13th? Hearing none, all in favor of the minutes, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. That motion carries. The next item would be a council representative report. Do you have anything to report out, Phil?
Yep, just three things. One from the July 14th meeting, the zoning classification for 117 Ashbury Lane was approved by council. At the July 28th meeting, the request by Insight Incorporated for a conditional use permit at 225 Whole Avenue was approved, and also the conditional use permit request by Zinc Power at 2443 County Highway A was also approved.
Excellent, thank you. Staff report?
Just a brief summary in the packet of some recent projects or activity that's come through the Plan Commission. If there's any questions on any of those projects, I'd certainly try to answer them questions.
Any questions from any commissioners? Hearing none. Item number 5 is a request from Shannon McKitchen for approval of the exterior paint color change at 214 West Main Street. I think there was some pictures and information in the packet. And Rodney or Michael, do you kind of want to walk us through what we're considering tonight? And I know Shannon's here if we have any questions.
Yeah, in your packet is the material submitted for this this item that's part of our downtown overlay district requirement for your review and consideration. On the screen, it shows the color schematic that they have put together that they're looking to utilize on their facility. In the packet, we've also outlined in a resolution for your consideration to approve this, and as well as the staff review letter. So here's the color scheme and spelled out as to what they plan to do, along with the color example shown here as well.
Any initial questions from commissioners or thoughts about the color scheme?
Will all the rest of the from the photo, like the window writing and the sign that's sticking out the front, are all those intended to stay in place for now?
Shannon, maybe you can add, but I think obviously the window frames are going to be painted, but is the lettering in the light scheduled to be changed or altered or remain the same, Shannon?
It'll be remaining the same.
Okay.
Mayor, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, Commissioner Barman.
All right, so I like the colors. I think they look good together. The one thing I might, again, it's a little harder to tell without the colors applied to the building. But one thing that kind of jumped out in my mind initially was that your two colors, the Riverway and then the Tony Taupe, originally I thought maybe those might be reversed in terms of where you would apply them. If I'm understanding right now, your main color for the panels, what used to be the transom area above the door in the display windows, is intended to be the Tony Taupe. Is that, if that's correct, it might look better to have Riverway there, just because windows themselves, glass themselves, tend to look a little bit more darker You can see from just the color of that you get from the store for windows down below. And if you had the riverway in the transom panel areas, it actually might look a little bit more like the glass was still there. Not a big issue. I like the colors. I'm fine either way. I just thought that might make it look more like you still had glass in those upper panels.
Okay.
All right, any questions or comments from any other commissioners?
No, I agree with Todd. I think that the colors grouped together, I think will look really nice on that building.
Okay. So it looks like there is a resolution in the packet, so we would certainly entertain a motion.
I would move to approve the facade exterior color updates to 214 West Main Street as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alder Caravello. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Thanks for being here tonight, Shannon. I'm hoping that you'll be able to have some nice days to do the painting.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe sometime this fall, so when the weather gets better and the road construction is done. Thank you very
Hopefully
much.
soon. You bet. Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I can just clarify a mystery you had earlier, I was caller number 2 and caller number 3. But as I called into the system, it automatically muted me and I couldn't get unmuted. So that's why I was a little late.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can do like *6 or something on your phone or how that works.
Yeah, I was clueless. So I hung up and then you have me here.
Don't worry, the prize went to caller number 4.
There we go.
Dismissed it. Item number 6 is consider approval of a zoning ordinance amendment for section 78-407 substandard lot regulations and 78-408 non-conforming structure regulations. Anything we should cover before we go into the public hearing?
I think I can just highlight that the language was very, well, it wasn't, in our words, enforceable. It certainly created a situation that was not allowing substandard uses that are on existing lots even to continue. So we found this situation as a result of an inquiry on a property, and we worked through this with the city attorney, and ultimately this proposed amendment is being presented to you with the hopes of clarifying that to allow existing uses to continue on these substandard lots.
Okay, any questions or comments from commissioners before we go into the public hearing? Hearing none, we'll close the regular meeting and we'll reopen for the public hearing. I don't believe anyone was signed up to speak. Is there anyone on the meeting that would wish to speak to this issue? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and we'll reopen the regular meeting. So we're looking for a recommendation to the city council on the ordinance. Anybody willing to make the motion for the recommendation?
I will make the motion to recommend this to council.
And is there a second?
I'll second that.
I
Thank you,
think
Peg.
I'll defer.
Okay, second by Schumacher. Any discussion?
I'll
Hearing
just
none?
say it seems real clean. I read through it and it seems to be straightforward. I didn't see any catchy phrases or anything like that. So it looked good.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there'll be probably a few more that come out of the codes that will be updated along the way, but we're starting to chip away at them, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, here no other questions or comments. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Any opposed? None opposed, that carries. Future agenda items, what are we looking at doing at the next meeting?
Think we've got a public hearing possibly on a project that we're anticipating. We've got a couple of projects that may be before us for a site plan that are working through the system right now, at least administratively, that we might have ready for the next plan commission meeting. But there's really nothing that I can think of directly at this point.
And you may have seen that the documents for the public hearing are already posted on the website. So if you want to work ahead, you could review that proposal. All right, anything the commissioners would like to talk about at a future meeting?
Have we heard anything from Quick Trip on the east side development?
So we've had discussions with them and continued to indicate, the desire to have information related to the traffic planning and the site layout, and reiterated some of the site concerns. We're not exactly sure how they'll proceed with what they submit. But we did, as staff, we did extend into a conversation with the DOT about the right in, right out opportunity, or what we thought would be an opportunity on the 51. And all we were met with was significant resistance. It does not seem like there's going to be an opportunity to have any additional access to 51 on the north side between County N and is it Cedarbrook? No, it's Ashbury, between County N and Ashbury. So kind of confirmed what we thought might be the case due to the plat restrictions and the control the DOT has over that segment. But we wanted to explore that option, and we let the Quick Trip folks know that we did explore that option on their behalf. But even though it's not going to be a viable option to explore further.
I did receive an email from Mr. Judd, the owner of what we call the Fastenal building there. And basically he was just communicating that they're still trying to work out an arrangement. So that has not been completed yet.
Okay.
So we may see that next month, or we may not. I guess we'll play it by ear. Any other questions or anything on for future agenda items? Item 8 is a motion for adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Everybody was on that one. Take your pick. Who would like to second that?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Thank you very much. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Right, gentlemen.
Much.